Listen to us every Wednesday through www.radioamigainternational.com.
Radio Amiga, musical culture, 11 years on air.
Hello, Clic on listeners. Welcome to Clic on Air. And today it's Wednesday. And as every Wednesday, here we are live from Bogota to speak to you about a very interesting topic and to spend a good time with you and with all our guests. Today we have two two very interesting guests. We have teacher Linda too. And as always, we have Nicolas. All the time he's here. And today is not the exception. We're going to have a very interesting show with two excellent guests from India. Today we're back here, our beloved Clic. One more time. Today we're live from Clic, and this has been difficult. Sorry for the difficulties, but say hello. Hey, Nicolas, how are you?
Hello, Luis. Hello, everyone. Hello, Clic on viewers, Clic on listeners. We are broadcasting today from the university. That's amazing. We're going back to these places that we left almost 1 year ago. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. We have an excellent guest today. We are going to talk about traveling, their experiences in this amazing activity that I love. Also the experience as an Instagram. They use. And yeah, like every Wednesday, we are here to share these experiences with you, dear students. Please participate with the comments today. And also we have teacher Lindaura today. She's here because she's going to give us also her experience in this amazing topic that she loves too. And hi, Lindaura, how are you?
I'm really happy to be back today. And yeah, as well as you said, we are back in our building, like the Clic building. It's been a long time. But even happier for our guests, because we know you are going to get to know such an amazing couple, because we talk about like traveling solo, but how amazing is to travel with the person you love. And they are going to tell us how is to experience traveling with someone next to you and having all these memories. So it's really exciting to just get to hear them.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why I want to say hello to Rinku and Ritesh
Hello from India.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Please, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you two met, what you do, and where are you right now?
So we are from Mumbai right now. We are sitting in Mumbai in our homes, and it's
2:45 a.m. right now.
Yeah, it's 2:45 a.m.
Oh my God, 2:45 in the morning. I'm sorry.
So she's quite all right because she's got butterflies in her stomach.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this and meeting new people from South America all the way, Colombia.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, Colombia, it's a nice country to meet in the future, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
It's already on a travel list now.
Excellent. You're more than welcome to come here. I'm pretty sure that Nicolas is going to, I don't know, take you in her house and any of us. But
yeah, I am an excellent guide if you need here in Bogota.
Well, Nicolas, why don't you help us with the topic for the day for our Clic on listeners to participate, please?
Yeah, well, as you see, Clic on viewers, Clic on listeners, we have an excellent guest today here to talk about traveling. Please participate with the hashtag for today, which is Clic on traveling, and answer these questions. What is the trip that you remember the most in your life? And what would be the dream trip or the place where maybe you will love to be or to go. So please participate with the hashtag and answer these questions, and also participate with the comments. please.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that this is your show, and today we're here live in Bogota with their nice guests who are in Mumbai in India. And I wanna start by a click on music for the first time. Teacher Lindaura, can you tell us what is our first song for the day, please?
Oh my God, I forgot, but yes, because I have it written somewhere, but no, just you listen, guys, listen to this song, and later on we will tell you more a little bit about that song, but yeah, we have something special for our guests today.
Okay, let's click on music. Okay, let's click on
No,
music for
don't
the
say it because you don't.
My hand is not good.
Evening,
Let's click on music.
the dreamy girl herself, Shanti Priya.
Okay, welcome back, click on listeners. And
Thank you for
we
this
just-
wonderful surprise. We're overwhelmed. It's
we
my
just
favorite
listened
song.
to that song, Rinku and Ritesh. Can you tell us the name of that song, please?
Aankhon mein teri ajab si adaएं. From Om Shanti Om.
Om Shanti Om,
Shahrukh
that's
Khan and
right.
Deepika Padukone and directed by Farah Khan.
Uh-huh. So
A
can you tell us?
Again, a commentary by Om Shanti Om.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, remember, click on listener, that today we have two excellent guests from India. We're here with Rinko and Ritesh, who are going to be telling us about their traveling experiences. And remember that you can participate. You can see us on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live, or listen streaming on www.radioamiga.com. And remember that you can use our hashtag click on traveling and answer this question, like which is the trip that you remember the most, and what is your dream trip? Where would you like to travel and why? Remember to participate and ask any question you have for Rinku and Ritesh or for us. So now we're going to start with the interview. So the idea is that we are going to ask you some questions, Rinku and Ritesh, and you can help us answering those questions. Who's going to start? Nicholas, go ahead.
All right. Well, but I don't know if you want to say anything else about the song, the previous song. Maybe you want to comment something.
Yes.
It's quite a romantic one, and it's a very famous one. A lot of people play this while they propose to a girl or something. Yeah. It's quite an iconic song in right here.
Yeah, and I chose that song, one, because yes, it's a very romantic song, and you are both traveling together. So yes, it's something you do together. And as well, you told us that you love Bollywood, and Bollywood is something most people, when they listen about India, they think of Bollywood. So what do you think, besides that, yes, it's a very romantic song. Normally you ask the question when you pop the question to the lady, but what else do you like about Bollywood? And do you have like songs you want to listen when you travel?
So yes, we have a playlist always while we're traveling, while we're driving to some place. And Bollywood is always on our list. And we have a dedicated playlist for everything, for each moods.
It's great.
Okay, that's great, because it's always like traveling with your loved one. It's a nice experience when you both understand each other and when you can share those experiences. Thank you. And thank you, Teacher Lindaura, for choosing that song. Excellent surprise. So what's our first question, Nicholas?
Yeah, I love this music. I have to say that. And I love the movies as well. The music is so beautiful, difficult to understand because here the music uses different scales and different chords, no, totally different from Indian music, but it's so beautiful, so rich. So I really enjoy the music. Okay, no, thanks to you. All right, so please, can you tell us something about your studies? What do you study? So about your professional life, something about that, please.
So she's a graduate in commerce. You don't study anymore.
So we left our studies, I think, 15 years back,
Yeah,
20 years
20 years
back.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
He was an engineer. He opted for engineering. He's studying engineering, and then he suddenly realized that he wants to make his career in dancing. He was representing India.
for international folk festivals.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've done folklore and folk moot. I don't know if you guys are aware. So one is in North Carolina, US, and one is in Quebec, Canada.
Yeah.
The Quebec one is supposed to be one of the biggest ones in the world. That was way back in 1993.
Okay.
And then when he came back, he thought that, venturing into travel was what his passion was. So he started traveling when he was 17 and a half. Started his travel company.
So I have a company called Kalakruti Camps and all. We do camps for kids. There are these different activities that we take care of, mountaineering or water sports, or there's something about personality development or public speaking or basic etiquettes and all that. That's what my company looks into.
So started traveling at the age of 17 years.
And I'm still traveling.
And we're still traveling, still exploring.
And we want to travel till our last breath.
We both together started traveling in 2014. And and we love traveling. And that's why the name of our blog and social media channels is The Two Who Travel.
And how did you decide to start traveling? Because that's a big decision to do what you do, like try to live of this. How did you decide to start traveling? And what was your first trip together?
Sorry, what was?
It wasn't audible enough.
Our first trip together was to South Africa.
Your first trip together, and how did you decide to start traveling?
Oh, traveling. So I met him when I was traveling. So travel got us together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I can't quit traveling ever. So that's what got us together. And our first trip together was to South Africa.
An international trip to South Africa.
Yeah.
Domestic, we traveled a lot more before that.
Yeah.
Where did you go to? Johannesburg or?
Oh, we went to Joburg, we went to Pretoria, Cape Town,
Sun City,
Mabula, Nyasna, George.
Yeah.
Oh. And what's, yeah. Well, I don't know. It's different when you travel, maybe for pleasure, no? And you can see the country, or when you go and you leave the country, which is totally different, no? So maybe we can have different perspectives.
Yeah.
But have you maybe learned something about the cultures of these countries during your trips? What is the most important maybe when you travel to all these places?
For me, I think the food, the local food. Pure vegetarian, and I'm a foodie.
So if you come to Colombia, you never go back.
Awesome.
Yes.
So we definitely putting Colombia on our list, and
We were talking that today noon actually.
Yeah. So yes, but food and meeting new people and understanding and learning about their culture and their lifestyle definitely attracts us a lot.
Honestly, we are very happy meeting the older people, by the bayside or by the lake, and they're sitting, chilling out. We sit them with a beer and
we talk to them, try and understand how they are living their life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've seen, for example, in your blogs and on Instagram that you have like the both experiences, like visiting probably a temple or a landmark, but also just chilling, being near to the beach or to a lake. But if you have to choose like this type of being like the tourist or the traveler, what do you feel more prone to do it? Also, what do you like the most?
We both are very slow travelers. We do not like to hop, skip, and jump just to tick mark the bucket list or just tick mark the place. We don't do that usually. and that's never on the list. When we are working, it's of course very different, but when we are on our trip,
Yeah, we
uh,
have longer holidays.
and we love slow traveling. So if people prefer going to a place for 2 days, we might stay there for 4 days.
Or maybe a week.
Yeah, that's how we prefer
Okay.
traveling and learn so much from traveling.
Yeah, it's because in that way you can enjoy things that tourists don't normally get to enjoy because they go like really fast. But I want to ask you something related to that, and is that we know that you have blog and that you have an Instagram account that you share with the people. Can you tell us what was that moment? What was the click when you start doing that, like writing on your blog?
So that all happened when we were traveling. We were in Thailand, and I just told him that, I want to document and I want to send this message to people that please travel for learning and experiencing and just not taking off the bucket list. And that's when we started documenting this. And
Yeah, that's where we got the name as well.
yeah,
And,
so this all started in 2017. We were just strolling on the beach, and this idea came in, and we thought we'll just ask people to travel briefly, slowly, and learn more, see more things, and
relax more.
relax more on a holiday. And I started documenting everything in 2020 when COVID asked us to stay back home, relax. You have a lot of time. So then we started writing everything.
Yeah.
So it's like now we're talking about like a digital print, something that you're living with your blog and sharing those experiences with these people, like with everyone. And talking about the pandemic and all these things that's all the world has suffered, how this pandemic has affected the way you were traveling, the way you were living. So, because here we stopped everything. As you see, now we are back to our places, but we have been like in a really hard moment.
Lockdowns.
Yes.
We still haven't got back to our office. It's been about 358 days our office is shut till date.
Till date, yes. So the work is of course affected. But when we started writing blogs, we were revisiting that place again. And we never felt we missed traveling in those days. Did you?
I did have it.
Yeah. Okay. But then when we started documenting everything, we were revisiting those places. We were rewriting the whole experience again, which always kept us connected to travel. And the day this lockdown was full, I think, it was in July.
We started traveling in July.
We started traveling in July.
I think the tickets are cheaper now, yeah?
Yeah, there's so many deals.
Yeah. Something that is going to happen when I travel in India, the prices for foreigners versus Indian. When you go to a landmark or an attraction or venue, they always ask you like a lot of money for visiting as a foreigner. And if you come to Colombia, that does not happen in here. I was very shocked. I say like, oh my God, I have to pay so much for this attraction. Here we don't have that. So if you come to Colombia,
our friends who are overseas have told me the same thing in the past.
Yeah, but we faced the same issue in Paris and in few places of Europe, where the prices were different for locals
and for tourists.
For tourists.
All right.
I think there are so many places that practice this.
Colombia is sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Here in Colombia, you don't have that, and you have a lot of places to visit and to write about. I mean, it's like an amazing landscape stuff.
Yeah.
And something that you can experience, you see that you have the best, landscapes, and then you can go to the lake or you can go to the beach. It's just amazing.
Desert, mountains, snow, everything.
Exactly. And speaking about that, because the world is so big and we have this, we intend to know as much as we can of that world, and you have done it so far. Can you tell us how many countries have you visited, and what is the one that you have that you like the most?
We've been to about 25 countries as yet.
Together, yes.
Yeah, and about 150 cities
Oh,
My gosh.
of the world.
Can
Yeah.
you pick one? Can you pick one?
It's very difficult to pick one. But if we talk about world, it's
For me, it's always going to be Kashmir.
in India.
In-
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
And I would request all of you that once in your lifetime, please be there.
Yeah, you know what? When I was in
Why?
India, many people
Why?
told me that go to Kashmir because it's like heaven on earth.
Yeah,
It's
it
Yeah.
is.
beautiful, really has beautiful landscapes. But they told me, but since you're a foreigner, it's not that safe to go
No,
there.
no, you come in here and I'll take you around. Don't worry.
So now you have someone here in India to take
No,
care of.
I-
I got a like I forgot the name, dupatta, like it's from Kashmir. So I got like a little bit of Kashmir on a
No,
dupatta.
but
So.
you should be there. Especially Srinagar is my ultimate favorite in life. I mean, it's above everything that I've seen in the
Interesting, you
world.
know, it's good to have this kind of show because then we have some context in India when we decide to go there. That's cool.
Yeah.
And
True.
And
excellent
I think,
guy.
you know, Kashmir is very similar in around the world. You know, those beautiful places who had like bad politic backgrounds and these fights and wars. We had that in Colombia many years ago, and people couldn't visit many places because of violence. And I think it's kind of what happens to Kashmir, right?
It's better now. It's better now. It's much stable.
Yeah.
It's calm.
Yeah.
Now.
We have
And-
a similar
but-
place here, which is Caño Cristales. It's a beautiful place, but we couldn't go in the past because of the war. Now it's a beautiful place to go. I'll give you the recommendation back. So if you go to that place. It's so beautiful, so natural, and it's peaceful. I don't like to go to the typical places, a lot of tourists because I prefer like those places. Maybe if you come here, that's the place you have to go for sure.
But what is that place that you will always come back to? Is it that place that you say, I never get tired of going to that place?
For me, it's always going to be Thailand.
For both of us.
So we go there at least once a year, twice a year for the last 7-8 years, and never tired of going there.
Yeah.
Thailand.
Why so special this place?
It's like a real vacation.
We
Just
just
loitering down the streets with a can of beer and some chips,
and
having
then
a spa done all day long, really cheap.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
That's
And
important
isn't
for
that
tourists.
expensive?
Cheap
And it-
options.
Isn't that
yes,
expensive?
and it's very pocket friendly. The place is very pocket friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember, Click on listeners, here we are with Rinku and Ritesh live from India. I think it's almost 3 a.m. in India, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 10 past 3.
Good
Okay,
morning.
but good morning. I mean, you're
Coffee.
looking.
Yeah, coffee.
You know, Colombian coffee is another reason to come to Colombia.
I know about the Colombian
Yes.
coffee. Yeah.
Yes.
But you know, it's 3 a.m. in the morning in India, and you're looking good. Thank you again for being with us. And I think it's time to click on music for the second time. And we got another pleasant surprise for you. We're going to click on music for the second time, and we are going to surprise you with another song. So
Wow.
enjoy. Click
Thank
on
you.
click on music again. And remember, click on listeners to participate with our hashtag click on traveling and answering what is the trip that you remember the most and what is the trip that you would like to do and why. Remember to participate on a social network, and let's click on music.
can't hear anything.
I think we're experiencing
Yeah,
some
the
some
sound is
difficulty
it's not
with
clear.
the sound. But oh my God, I think you couldn't. Could you listen to that song?
A little bit. I could like the very beginning.
Yes, the very
Oh,
beginning.
I'm sorry, but that is the problem. That is the thing that we are like facing right now with technology. Sometimes it doesn't work the way you would like to. But I think that the song is sorry for my pronunciation, but it's a Puneri Doll original, a full energy.
So it's generally played during festivals in India, the Puneri Dole or the Nasik Dole band. So there are a lot of guys with huge
Drums. Yeah.
and some
So you
music
would
piece
see
which gives the other
good music, and you would generally hear them at weddings or festivals.
And they're like 20, 25 people playing those huge drums. So Dole is a drum in India.
Okay.
Puneri Dole is what you're talking.
And it's traditional from Mumbai, right? It's kind of like in Maharashtra. Yeah, right. Where you are from.
We wanted to surprise you, but
we got surprised.
The real surprise was for us. I'm so sorry, but
I still love
probably you can remember that song, and thank you. Because I believe that that song really speaks of the Indian culture. I mean, all these drummers and the rhythm is like very Indian culture. It's like what you speak. And
energy.
Yeah.
It's like
before the break, and now we're going to continue with the second part of the interview. And in this moment, you see, when you talk about you were telling us about those places that you've visited, and I want to go back to and ask you what happened before the trip. You see, when you are in your house like now, talking about the next trip, how do you select the destination? How do you prepare to go to that destination? What do you normally do?
There's so much to finish that we don't select actually, but we look at the climates. To be very honest, that's the first thing that we look into. And anywhere that we travel, that we can't take extreme cold, and we hate heat.
So yeah, so we always check what is the temperature, which month we can go there, the best time to travel, and then
and lesser of people. So we don't want it to be like really crowded. And when there's a holiday in US or when there's a holiday in China, we don't prefer traveling that time.
So we travel off season so that we get a lot of time to spend with the locals.
And also deals.
So a lot of factors which come into consideration while planning and deciding on a place to holiday.
That's a problem we have here in Colombia, because we want to travel to many places, but sometimes the budget is not enough. So yeah, we have to, I don't know if you have any other tips besides go not in the season, not in the peaks, but go in a different time. Yeah. What other tips maybe could you give to Luis? Because Luis wants to go to Europe and India and other places. I don't know.
There's a very famous series on Netflix, Money Heist. Did you watch it? It's
Money Heist. Yeah, Money Heist is I forgot the name in Spanish. It's a Spanish series.
Spanish,
Yeah, but the translation.
La Casa
de Papel, correct. Yes, Money Heist.
So we get inspired from there. We have a lot of banks around the house.
You have unlimited budget.
All right. But I'm planning that.
I've already done that.
You see, when you decide to travel and you're planning that trip and you already selected the season and you bought tickets, what is that thing, that item that you put in your, that is, you cannot forget?
Passport.
Oh, I have to tell you this. I recently made a post on Instagram about the 5 important things to carry. The one thing that, we always face difficulty is with charging plug points. You have one and we have so many gadgets. So we always have that portable multi-charger plug point. So that is a one must carry thing, because now we have so many phones, cameras, and then we have power banks to charge and everything.
Then there's a separate vlogging camera. There's a routine camera.
For us, that is a very, very important. So
that one thing would charge about 6 units at a time.
Yeah.
Excellent. That is a nice recommendation. Before I forget, can you remind our Clic-on listeners the address for your blog,
social networks,
Instagram account?
Hey guys, everyone who is listening to us, please go follow us on Instagram. Our handle is the2_who travel. And our blog is the2whotravel.com, and you will get a lot of tips and tricks for low budget holidays, for good season to travel, quick packing tips, and everything on our blogs. You can just screenshot and make your life easy.
Okay, Clic-on listeners, there you're gonna find a lot of tips. So remember to follow them on Instagram and read their blog and leave your comments. That would be helpful for them and for us and for you, because you will learn a lot from that. So, Nicola, do you have any other question or no? Linda?
Yeah, of course, I have many questions. Yeah.
Louis, if you would
ask them.
Louis.
Sorry?
Louis, you have a lot of questions, but you don't ask them.
No, you have, I don't know, the dream job, no? Which is traveling, and at the same time, you are, I don't know if you are making some money at the same time. I don't know about that. But, it's because we want to travel all the time, but we don't know the other cultures. Colombians, we have that problem. When we travel to other places, we think we are in Colombia. So sometimes we have problems. So I don't know if you have had those problems maybe with other
cultural differences.
Yeah, I don't know if you have lived some experiences about that.
Really not.
Or something that you have lived, I don't know, weird, or something that you experience that you remember a lot when you travel to that place. I don't know if some experience that happened to you.
We've been quite adaptive. We acquaint very soon. I was a little scared, I'll be very honest, when I was in South Africa. So like everybody's like, they'll rob you in the daytime, and you'd be very careful with the money and not the expensive watches, no gold. So
and don't go in a place which is secluded.
Yeah, but a remote place. But we never found something like that.
Everyone is so welcoming, so everywhere, warm. They love when you don't judge them, but go and talk to them. They love it.
So some places I don't want to name, wherein they warn you not a lot of pickpocketing around. I mean,
the monuments and everything.
A lot of other places.
Yeah,
they are everywhere. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad.
And we have the best of them, so.
We are faster.
We know how to take care of things, so yeah. But as far as adapting to places, I think it's never been a problem.
Yeah.
Is there any worst trip? The worst, or all of them have been really good?
So I will not ever term anything worst, but some have been average, but others have been spectacular.
Yeah, but each place teaches you something, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the trip, you learn something from that place, and you always appreciate that we learn. So we always appreciate the things that are positive, ignoring the minus.
So I would always tell your listeners, never go to London during Christmas and New Year because it's shut all the time.
Yeah. You will waste all the money.
No places to eat, no places to shop. Everything is shut. You just see the lights and that's all.
Yeah, but it's beautiful in Christmas.
But
for tourists, it's the wrong time.
And it's very crowded at some places. Yeah.
So that's one very important thing. Yeah.
Well, you were just telling us about your blog and the tips our Click-On listeners can find on your blog. But here in Colombia, because we have a really big country and we don't have these low-cost airlines. For example, in Europe, they have a lot of them. We don't have those. And sometimes when you want to do a road trip by bus, it's really long. But some people don't travel much, or they don't go to India or Thailand or Europe because they believe that they are going to spend so much money, you know? And what can you tell them? Is it possible to travel in no nice places, low cost?
See, it depends on the lifestyle that you guys live because, you know, in our hometown, we're quite a simple life. We don't go drink, party, and go on fine dine restaurants or not on a shopping spree kind of a thing or something of that sort. So we save a lot of money that way. And yes, India is anyways quite cheap as compared to a lot of other places. The transport system is amazing.
Amazing, yes.
The connectivity is quite fast to any part of India. And you would find everything like from about $20 to about $5,000 a night. And that's the range you have in here.
Yes.
And you know, everything is so, if you're on the southern tip, then you can start from the west and go down south. And you could do one place at a time and very easily you can move to the other place.
The connectivity
at
is
really
very good,
cheap
yes.
prices.
Yes.
So like a ticket would cost you about less than about $3.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So
Well,
don't be afraid, don't be afraid, travel.
No, I told you that I paid for my night when I went to Agra to see the Taj Mahal. I spent $1 for the night. I stayed at a hostel and it was like $1. I was like, not even in Colombia.
Even cheaper, yeah, cheaper than here.
And
It is really cheap.
And how was the experience?
In Agra was kind of cool. I kind of like, I visit a place and then I was just listening to people, getting to know people, and they told me, oh, you should go to this place, you should visit this place. And I just went to that place. So I didn't have like much planned what I wanted to see. I was just in North India. So yeah, everybody told me like, oh, you should go to the south. And I say, yeah, probably next time I visit India, I will experience South India. But when I was there, I was just like in the north, like the Golden Triangle, Agra. I was in Jodhpur, Jaipur. So these like desert places. But yes, I totally say like, yeah, food is cheap, tasty and cheap, and accommodation is cheap. It is true. I mean, always I say to my students, you should like spend on the trip, like the plane ticket. That's the biggest thing you have to buy. But then you will live a day even cheaper than you live here in Bogota. It's even cheaper. So yes, it's just, don't be afraid. And I think you should. Yes, Luis?
Probably Luis is gone.
Right. Yeah, he just left to India. He said, oh my God, like tasty food.
Luis, I'm a travel agent. I can help you anyways.
He's a foodie as well. I consider myself a foodie as well. So yeah, for me, it's important to taste the flavors of the country I'm visiting.
Luis is already planning his trip. I can see from his face expressions.
In Colombia, is it spicy? I mean, your food, is it spicy?
No, it's not spicy. With spices in general, we prefer to use like basic spices. We are not so into mixing turmeric with like tasting a lot of different stuff. No, we don't do that. And like spicy hot, we we have some chilies. They are kind of like hot, but we don't eat them like regularly as you do with all food in India. But yeah, we have this a different taste of food. So.
Fortunately enough, we both eat only canned food.
So we are soon coming to Colombia.
We don't eat spicy food at all.
No,
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. So you will be happy here.
That is a good thing, you know. Well, when we talk about like traveling, and as I was telling you before, like choosing those cheap or good, beautiful and cheap place to go. See, can you, I don't know, make like a top 3 of those places that people can know and enjoy without spending a lot of money?
In number 1 would be obviously India.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be Bali, Indonesia. That's quite cheap. And Thailand and Bali would be at the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also,
But I was thinking that for that, as Colombian, the most complicated, as Colombians, sorry, the most complicated thing would be the plane tickets, right?
yes.
I think when I was in US, we were self-driving to the West Coast entirely. I mean, I didn't find that expensive, honestly.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't need a visa too. If you come to Colombia, you don't need a visa. But if we go to India, we need a visa. But it's a very simple process. So you can do it online and it's very, very practical and fine. But if you come here, no visa required.
We need a visa everywhere.
No, but it's super simple. They ask you tons of questions, but yeah, that is like this is it. They will give it to you. So.
Well, Nicolas, one final question. It's your turn.
Yeah. Last question. What's your next destination? Where are you going to the next place?
Now, after listening to so many stories of Colombia, of course, Colombia.
Please.
So we just
No,
have
we are just leaving in another 2-3 days to Andamans.
Yeah.
There's beautiful islands around southern India.
So we're going there.
We're going there for a week, about 9 days.
You have been traveling lately quite locally. I've seen.
We've been doing that,
Do you know New York?
of course.
Yeah, well, it's my first time. I already bought the ticket. So this year I'm going to know New York. And well, that's what do you think about these cities? Like big cities like New York, like these cities that are so big.
It's beautiful. It's so lit all the time.
You should be in Times Square every night.
Just spend your time there. Have pizzas and burgers and ice creams.
Yeah.
If you like pizzas, there's a place called Joe's Pizza.
Yeah.
It's a must eat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
Well,
daytime and stay awake all night at Times Square.
Beautiful women at Times Square all the time.
All right. Okay.
see, as I told
Every
you
night.
at the beginning, as I told you at the beginning, Click on listeners, this was going to be an amazing experience, an amazing show here with Rinku and Ritesh. But unfortunately, time is too short, very short. And I don't know, this has been so much pleasure and so much information that I think that this is your house. And I think that we have to think about a second part of this show. And
Please.
probably that day you will be in another country and we caught you on the way and you can be with us again because this is your house. You're always welcome to tell us your experience, and thank you again for being with us and sharing your knowledge about the world.
And I need to know more about your experiences being a dancer of one of the most amazing music in the world. India has so many instruments, dances, and cultures. So probably you can come next time and just tell us about how amazing is the culture of India, how rich and gorgeous and amazing it is. So please.
Yes.
And Brady, you can teach us some like steps, basic ones.
So,
Our
okay.
best friend is a very good dancer.
She's from USA. She's from California, and She's a Kathak dancer, traditional Indian dancer.
You should just follow her, you know, she's amazing.
Well, before going, sorry, we have here some comments, and we got a. Sorry about my pronunciation. I mean, like, I'm really bad with these names. Like Parth Banushali say, great to see you, Rinko and Ritesh here. And Margarita Ochoa says, the trip I remember the most was when I lived in a small university town called Chapel Hill in NC. I don't know what that city is.
NC?
Sorry.
NYC. NYC is New York.
New York? NYC?
No, NC.
North Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Ah, okay.
North Carolina, more probably. It was awesome. And my dream trip is definitely visiting India. It is such a fascinating country and culture, amazing guests, and great music. Thank you.
Thank you, Margarita.
And then we have Shaya Purchwani. Sorry, I don't know if I pronounced
Luis,
that.
no, Luis. We practice this all the week.
Your Urdu is terrible.
Rinku and Ritesh have inspired our travels. Love seeing these two people here.
Oh,
Lots of, yes, the teacher Margarita said it's North Carolina. Sorry about my general culture. I don't know. But you see, many people, I'm sorry because we have more comments, but time is much too short, so we cannot read them all. But a lot of love for you. What can you tell them?
Hola.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Hi.
Oh.
Namaste.
Nice pronunciation. Very good.
I also learned something. Welcome to India. Is Bain Vinda Allah India?
Yeah, great. Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Your Spanish is very good.
It is.
Your Spanish is better than the way I read the names. I'm sorry. Much better. Much better. Well, thank you again, and I hope you accept our invitation for the second part. Thank you again. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Teacher Lindaura.
Thank you, Luis,
Sorry
Nicolas.
about the time.
Vacation.
So warm and
Rinko.
wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How do you say goodbye in your language?
We say namaste.
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 Okay, thank you. Thank you, Clic on listeners. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a nice dream. Have a nice night.
Have a good night. Yeah.
A good morning.
Thank you, Clic on listeners. Teacher Lindaura. Thank you, everyone.
Clic on Air, a journey through the world of languages. Come and travel with us. Listen to us every Wednesday through www.radioamigainternational.com.
Radio Amiga, musical culture, 11 years on air.